Looking for a laugh? Frank King is sure to make your next meeting a memorable one. And more importantly, he'll make you and the entire entertainment committee look good. Hire him and forget him. He'll show up early, organized, and raring to go. Want a second opinion? Just ask this guy.
Hello, this is Jay Leno. I'm just glad to hear the annoying Frank King finally got a job at WRDU 106 in Raleigh, North Carolina. You know, I can't believe anybody would give up the wonderful life on the road, the greasy food, the cheap motels, comedy's loss, his radio's gain. Congratulations, Frank.
Thank you for staying with us. Here comes more merriment.
Now let's all board Air Improv for a quick flight to Dallas to enjoy the comedy of Frank King. Take it away, Frank.
Hey. Driving down here tonight, stopped at a little service station, got a tank full of gasoline and a free steak knife. That's a good idea, huh? For criminals. Said to the young man working there at the pumps, think about this, goober. Tank of gas, free weapon to rob the attendant. That's marketing genius, that is. That's like going to the bank, make a deposit. Instead of a toaster, they give you a Smith & Wesson and a ski mask. Well, I wasn't going to make a withdrawal, but let's go. Nice to be here in Dallas. Of course, I flew in on a commuter plane, so nice to be just about anywhere. Commuter plane. You know what that means? It means my travel agent's a dead man. Son of a gun lied to me. Frank, it's a commuter plane, but it's a big one. Boeing 7.7. Yeah, I'm walking out of the aircraft, I can see where they painted over the name Tonka. The three guys in front of me are weebles. I don't have to worry about crashing. Hell, these boys never go down. Oh, get this. Speaking of going down, there were no oxygen masks. Can you believe I had a plane in this day and age without oxygen? It got me to thinking. I now believe the oxygen mask is an overrated safety feature. Think about this. It's a good idea. You lose cabin pressure, you don't have oxygen, what's going to happen? You're going to be unconscious. But 9 out of 10 times, why do you lose cabin pressure? Plane's going down. Seems like a damn good time to be unconscious, doesn't it? I think it's a bonus. What's that? No, ma'am. Keep those peanuts. Knock my butt out. Can you actually picture yourself going, well, I don't want to miss a moment of this. Wake up. Take a breath. You're missing it. Got the airport. Got there safely. Had to rent a car. Made a mistake. Rented a car from Sears. Sears rents cars. Yeah, oh, it's good looking. It's a Craftsman. Oh, yeah, refrigerator magnets stuck all over it. Two-tone avocado harvest gold. It's a bitchin' ride. I'm coming up the highway tonight thinking I must be the lowest form of life on the pavement. I look out the window, the guy next to me is driving a Geo with a radar detector. Apparently on his way to an Optimus Club meeting. You can't speed in a Geo? Well, you could. School zone. Downhill with a tailwind. Oh, you should have seen this guy. You wouldn't have believed it. He was flying past parked cars. Like they were standing still. I read in Car and Driver magazine, the Turbo Geo will do 0 to 60 in a 3-day weekend. So you're laughing. Let me tell you something. You put pedal to plastic, that son of a gun will fly. Here's the best news. All the brand new Geos come with airbags. Of course, you got to blow them up. What are you laughing at? You got plenty of time. You ain't moving that fast. Oh, my God, honey, that tractor-trailer truck's in our lane. Anyway, had lunch at McDonald's today because I'm kind of a health food nut, and you're scoffing. Let me tell you something. McDonald's cooks their French fries, they'll tell you this, in vegetable oil. Pinch me, I'm dreaming. No, don't get me wrong. That is good cardiac news, Mayor McCheese. What about the rest of food in this place? You just look at that McMenu. Your cholesterol's going to jump half dozen points. I think the sign out front ought to read, McDonald's, billions and billions clogged. Yeah, man, I'd like like a Big Mac, an apple pie, and a chocolate shake. You won't CPR with that. Shouldn't be a golden arches out there. Should be the hardened arteries, shouldn't it? Well, you know it's not a health food restaurant. Look at their spokesperson, Ronald McDonald. Bright red hair, big swollen feet. Yeah, got that nasty, pasty white complexion. Looks like one of the young women who work behind the makeup counter at that big department store, Dillard's. Is that the one? My wife and I were in there the other day. My wife goes, honey, the woman behind the makeup counter is just wearing too much base. Base hell. That's primer. Yeah, it is. Yeah, it is. I got a magnet right here. Let's check for Bondo. Come here. Yeah. You ladies know I'm telling the truth. It's like the International House of Pancake in there. Honey, you know what that woman's wearing? That's a facial flapjack. Yeah, it is. You give me some syrup and sausage, we got a Denny's Grand Slam breakfast. Nice young women, intelligent, said to one of them, excuse me, poppin' fresh. Don't you get tired of painting that face every morning? Why don't you go down there to Sears, buy yourself some aluminum siding and just... Oh, yeah, like I should be handing out personal grooming tips. Let me show you my latest discovery. Can you guys see this? Kind of a fuzzy puzzle piece. Kind of a, sort of a hair peninsula. Can you see that? Kind of a, like a map of southern Florida a little bit. Can you? Little vein running down there like Interstate 95. Can you see that? Kind of, a couple of boatloads of Haitians coming in this way. Coast Guard chasing them back out this way. You know what my greatest fear in life is? It's going to break off and just be a little hair island out there. Yeah. Little skin isthmus. I've taken my comb, make a little bridge out to it. On windy days, it'd be a drawbridge. Well, my time's about up, and I got to get home to see one of my favorite television shows. I'll tell you what it is: America's Most Wanted. And you know why I like it so much? Because they profile these horrible criminals who have committed heinous crimes. And at the end of the show, what do they say? If you see this man, do not attempt to apprehend him. Gee, thanks for the tip. Because you guys know me. I see a heavily armed, extremely dangerous, escaped convict. My first thought, citizen's arrest. Think about this. 30, 40, 50 armed prison guards couldn't keep this guy in jail. What do you think the chances are he's going to sit tight in the back seat of my Craftsman? Well, of course, I go for that steak knife I've got in the glove compartment. My name's Frank King. Y'all been a lot of fun. Thanks.
Please welcome Frank the Possum King. And I said,
Hey.
2,469 nights on the road. Why?
Non-stop inertia. Gets started and it just, it doesn't stop.
Welcome back to Business Unusual. We are joined once again by white-collar comedian Frank King. Well, I guess you can retire now. You've made it to CNN FM.
Oh, man, my career is made.
Yeah. How did you get here?
Well, I got to tell you this. I'm from North Carolina originally. So when I told my folks I was going to be on CNN FM, I had to tell them it was farm news. So, well, tuned in. Actually, I write a column for the American Cities Business Journals out of Charlotte, North Carolina. Blug. And I watch the network all the time. And I'm watching one morning, and they got this commercial. You know, the one where they have the pictures of all the old rich guys, the dead ones.
Right.
J.P. Morgan and John.
How they're
Morgan.
not funny.
Yeah, you know, these guys never cracked a smile. And you get a shot of Lou Dobbs yucking it up. And I thought, you know, they need a business comic. And since I'm the only one in the world, I think, I sent some columns in and a videotape of my TV appearances, including losing to a duck puppet on Star Search. And the executive producer took, yeah. Well, three of the celebrity judges were Huey, Dewey, and Louie. I didn't have a chance.
You didn't have a chance.
And the executive producer felt sorry for me. You know, come on this show.
Is business funny, though? Do business people think business is funny?
Well, it depends. It's like sculpting. The sculptor will tell you if you got a big block of stone and he wants to sculpt an elephant, you just knock away everything that doesn't look like an elephant. And the Wall Street Journal's like that. The jokes are in there. You just kind of knock away the stone that doesn't belong. I'll give you an example. The company named Combat, they make roach traps. They had a contest to find the most roach-infested dwelling in the United States. So most people read the article and never give it a second thought. I'm reading it. Turns out to be a mobile home in Florida. Big surprise. And yeah, and it turns out there were, anybody know how many cockroaches? How many? 50,000 Cockroaches. Yeah. So my first thought just pops into my head, wait a minute, that's not infestation, that's insulation. I'm sorry, that's... And then it pops into my head, you know, a couple of questions. Number one, who counted? Who counted all the cockroaches? And my thought is, there's good work if you can get it. And then the joke pops into my head, you know, should have stayed in school and gotten that GED. And then the next thing that came to mind was, you know, number two, there must be some point at which you no longer have a mobile home with a cockroach infestation. The cockroach has got a mobile home with a human infestation. And the jokes just proceed. I came up with like a list of questions. How do you know if you got too many cockroaches? If your carpet goes crunch.
Oh.
Yeah.
Now, you used to be in insurance.
Sold insurance for 6 years. And people say, you know, comedy stuff? No. Life insurance sales is tough.
And you do now corporate meetings for different companies. What kind of companies do you
All my income, after dinner speaking, sort of jokes with desserts. Over Christmas, I did GMAC down in Charleston, South Carolina, Georgia Power in Atlanta. Got one in, was it Owens Corning in Buckeye Lake, Ohio. So I just get up after dinner and...
Aside from stand-up comedy, you're doing this. Is it a good living, though? I notice you can't afford socks.
Oh, that's really home viewer.
But new shoes.
New shoes. And, thank you, and matching underwear, which is important.
Some shows have big stars, but here
We have
slideshows.
That's right.
So, okay.
And we anybody here ever have trouble with UPS, United Parcel Service? Think those guys are mean? Look at this. Let me see if I can make this thing work from here. UPMS. Yep, they only deliver once a month, and they ain't too happy about that. You guys remember? Anybody remember Rosie the Maid from the Jetsons cartoon? Here she is today. Kind of a sad story. Scott, could you focus that a little bit? Scott, back in the back there, could you focus? Remember she had that motor oil drinking problem? Do you remember that? Yeah, look at the spots down front. Looks like Astro's been by a couple times. Nice to see they're staying in touch. Here's my favorite dentist in all the world, Drs. Fangman and Fangman. This is a little museum not far from my home. It's Coward's Museum of Indian Artifacts. I didn't realize the Hamburglar was a Native American. Anybody ever wonder what Bill Clinton would be doing if he wasn't president today? Here it is. Let's see if you can see this. Battery, brand new battery. Oh, Slick Willie's Family Pool Hall. Clinton, of course, and you know this, Kevin, Clinton smoked marijuana in college but did not inhale, correct?
Yeah.
He did. And didn't enjoy it. You know, Bill, I'm no Rhodes Scholar, but I know for a fact if you don't inhale marijuana, you're not going to enjoy it. Well, how many people do you know smoke dope just for that cottonmouth? Anybody? I actually smoked quite a bit of dope in college, and I spent my spring breaks here, Bowling Recreation Area. Yeah, a lot of activities with the candy machines are always empty. That's a. If you want to buy marijuana, here's the place. Weed next to the exit. Yeah, that's what I call the rest area there. If you go to weed, here's the best place to purchase the marijuana, corner of Good and High. Yeah, tell me that's not a crack house. Speaking of getting high, this is the Las Vegas airport. Have you ever been out there? Look at this. No smoking, no guns, no bombs. Look at that bomb. I said, are you guys expecting a Wile E. Coyote through here? Is that what they... This is a cute one, actually, from Charlotte, North Carolina. Hidden driveways. I just picture coming around the corner, finding 5 or 6 guys out there beating the bushes going, well, damn it, it was here yesterday. Yeah. Here's another one from North Carolina. One way. This is actually my favorite Florida sign. No train horn, 10 o'clock at night till 6 in the morning. This is where the road crosses the train tracks. I asked a policeman why. He said, Mr. King, there are people that live along the tracks, and the sound of the train horn in the middle of the night wakes them up. I said, officer, I don't suppose the sound of a train hitting a Buick at 85 miles. Yeah. Well, don't you feel sorry for the engineer? You know the engineer sees the car on the tracks. Says to him, hell, I'd like to blow that horn. Look at the time. This is my favorite toll road sign. This is Evansville, Indiana. Last chance before entering toll road, liquor and beer. Yeah. Wouldn't want to pass up that opportunity to drink and drive, would we? Of course, if you do drink and drive, and we don't recommend that, but if you do and you wreck your car and you'd like to have a beer while you're getting it fixed, Ken and Ed's Bar and Garage. Speaking of garages, here's my favorite radiator shop, Wichita, Kansas. B&R Radiator, a good place to take a leak. Same subject, service station, Waverly, Ohio, PP Gas. Where do they get the PP gas? They pump it right out of the PP Creek. I got news for you. I'm not letting go of that rope swing. You can keep a damn Mountain Dew. I don't care. Once again, on Southerners being stupid, here's my favorite Southern misspelling. See if you can pick up the misspelling here. Beware. Danger, danger, beware. Two theories. Theory number one, of course, he ran out of red paint. Theory number two, ran out of money to buy vowels. Here's my favorite sign involving the handicap. This is Atlanta, Georgia. Blind drive 30 miles an hour. How many people think with blind drivers speed is the big safety problem? Actually, that's my second favorite. Here's my first. This is Dayton, Ohio. Aim for the handicap. Where did this guy major in marketing? That's what I want to know. Look, the handicap guy's head's a bullseye on the target. Some kind of program to free up parking places, apparently. There's a couple of restaurants. These are just cute. I just love restaurants. Italian Peasant Restaurante, great food, grumpy owner. This is a restaurant misspelling, also in Atlanta. Not the manager, the manger special. Turns out the sausage and biscuits delivered by 3 wise men. This one's in Kokomo, Indiana. I bet you've seen this one. This is a classic Cheryl's Eat Here and Get Gas. It's a new FDA truth in labeling food thing. This came from England, actually. Speaking of food, I was over there with the radio station. Passing interest in food stamps. Britain's social security system is not alone in its imperfection. South Carolina Social Services Department has just sent a dead man this letter. Your food stamps will be stopped effective March '92 because we received notice you passed away. May God bless you. You may reapply if there's a change in your circumstance. Last but not least, here's my favorite restaurant. This is in Chattanooga, Tennessee. You'll undoubtedly see why. Emergency Animal Clinic Barbecue. Well, look on the bright side. Either way, you get your cat back. So.
We gotta go. We're gonna go to a commercial break. We'll be back talking Frank more after this.
Let's see how the comedians rated with the judges. Frank King gets 2 3/4 stars. His challenger, JTO and Bobby Duck, receive 3 3/4 stars.
Okay, all right. So he lost to a duck. Like you've never had a bad day at work? Puppets aside, if you'd like to book Frank for your next association or corporation event, just call us at the number on the cover of this cassette. Lost to a puppet.